Hello, everybody. This is Sophie. I work as an EFT tapping trainer and practitioner. I've been doing this work for the last 15 years of my life. This is my work, this is my life, this is my passion. As you probably know, EFT or tapping is a wonderful tool to release negative emotions from our body, from our mind, from our energy field. We can release fears or guilt or negativity or anything that makes us feel bad. And also it can improve our physical health. So in this session, we're going to do tapping, all of us together at the same time, to release any fear about the coronavirus. Maybe you fear that you will get infected, or maybe you fear that someone who you love will get infected, or maybe you are fearful about what's happening in the world, or you feel sad, or maybe you have financial fears because you might have lost your job, or maybe you had to close your business and you are worried about that. So we're going to do some tapping to release these negative emotions. And we don't only do this for ourselves, we do it for the world. And why is that? Well, because the better we feel, the more we can help others. The higher our vibration is, the more we can help the world to have a higher vibration too. So that's why it is very important that we do tapping, or we meditate, or we do things to improve our emotional state or our physical health. Apart from all of this, science has proven that the happier that we are and the more confident we feel, the higher our immune system will be. So we'll be more protected against the coronavirus or any infections or any viruses that we might encounter. All right, so we're going to start doing the tapping. First, I'm going to explain to you this new way of doing the tapping, because before we did more points. For example, we did the finger points, and we did a part in which we had to sing, count from 1 to 5. We don't do that anymore. I'm going to show you now the points that we will be doing. And also the other change is that apart from doing the, let's say, the negative phrases, which is how we feel. For example, I have this fear, or I have this worry. Apart from that, we're going to put also negative phrases, and that makes the process much more effective. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to show you the points that we will be using, which are these ones. So the karate chop here is the one that we use at the beginning for the setup statement, which I will show you in a minute how we will do it. And then these are the points, starting from number 1, eyebrow point. We can do it on one side or the other side, or even both sides at the same time. All of the points except these two, under the nose and the chin, all of the rest of the points, we can do them on one side or the other side, or both sides at the same time. So we have eyebrow, side of the eye, under the nose, and chin. So we have 5 points in our face. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or if we use the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we have a collarbone, which is just underneath the collarbone. I just want to explain to you that you don't need to worry about the exact location of the points, because there are more areas than points. We should call them tapping areas, but we call them tapping points. That means that it doesn't matter if we do it more towards the right or towards the left, or a bit higher or lower. It doesn't really matter, because when we do the tapping, we're changing the vibration of the whole area. So don't worry if you are not tapping on the exact point, because it's a big area. Then we have under the arm, which I will show you my body as well. And the last one, it's the top of the head. Okay, so I will show you the points now in my body. We'll start here on the karate point. We do 2 fingers and we tap lightly. We don't need to do it very strongly. And we do the setup statement, which is a phrase that we say 3 times. Then we do the eyebrow on one side or the other side. Then we do next to the eye, under the nose, chin, then a collarbone. It's more or less here, or you can do both at the same time. Then we have here under the arm, it's more or less this area. So don't worry about the exact point, all right, under the arm. And then top of the head, which we will do round like this. All right, so these are the points. We will start doing some deep breathings. Then we'll do the first round. And then we will do several rounds. And then at the end, we'll do some deep breathings to finish off, okay? The breathings are good just to make sure that we are present, that we are in the here and now, okay? Just to release tensions and fears and to start this healing process. Okay, so if you have any cell phones or any notifications switched on, please make sure that you switch them off so we don't get any interruptions. All right, thank you. Okay, so we start closing the eyes. Oh, by the way, sorry, when we do the tapping, I'm going to close my eyes because that way I can connect better with your energy. You can have your eyes open or your eyes closed as you wish. It doesn't really matter. The first 2 rounds, I will be saying the name of the points. And from the 3rd round, I will not say the name of the points. So it flows better. But you don't really need to follow me. I mean, if you want to have your eyes open and just do what I do, you tap along with me at the same time, that's perfect. If you prefer to close your eyes and just let yourself go and surrender into the process, then you can do that. More or less is 1 sentence in each point, but maybe if the sentence is really long, maybe I will do it in 2 points. I mean, it's a bit free, all of this. The important thing is to do tapping on all the points, so we are unblocking all the meridians. Okay, so you can go really at your own pace. All right, so now that we have clarified all of this, we're going to close our eyes and we're going to take some breathings. So we take air in and we let it go through the mouth. We do some breathings. And you can imagine that every time you breathe out, you're letting go any fears, you're letting go any negative emotions, you're letting go any tensions, any physical tensions, emotional tensions. You just let all of that go. And you allow yourself to really enjoy this healing process. Okay, so now we do tapping on the karate point. Even though I have this fear of the coronavirus, I choose to let it go. Even though I have this fear of this virus, I choose to let go of this fear. Even though I have this fear that I might get infected, or maybe someone who's important for you can get infected, I choose to let go of this fear. Okay, now we do tapping on all the points. On the eyebrow point, this fear of the coronavirus. Side of the eye, this fear of the coronavirus. Under the eye, this fear of the coronavirus. Under the nose, I fear that something bad can happen to me. Chin, I fear that something bad can happen to a person who's important for me. Collarbone, this fear that I might get out of money. Under the arm, this fear of the coronavirus. Top of the head, this fear of the coronavirus. Okay, now we go to the second round. Eyebrow point. I choose to let go of this fear. Side of the eye. I choose to release this fear. Under the eye. I choose to release this fear from my brain. Under the nose. I choose to release this fear from my body. Chin. I choose to release any negative emotions. Collarbone, I choose to let go any negative thoughts. Under the arm, I choose to let go any insecurities. Top of the head, I choose to let go of any fears within me. All right, so now we are going to do the third round. Now I will not say the name of the points. We'll do one sentence in each point, more or less, but you can go at your own pace. So we start on the eyebrow point. I choose to trust that we are going to find a solution for this problem. I choose to trust that the universe will help us find a solution. I choose to feel more relaxed about all of this. I choose to experience this in a different way. I choose to trust in my ability to learn a new way to cope with this situation, because I know that the calmer I am, the better I can help the world. I choose to trust in myself, because in other experiences in my life, I have been able to deal with them really well. And I can deal with this situation in a better way as well. And I know that within myself, I have plenty of resources that can help me experience this in a better way. I have plenty of knowledge and tools and love. And I choose to focus on helping other people, because I know that as I help other people, I am helping myself too. And I want to really contribute raising the vibration of this planet by being well, by feeling a little bit more secure, by feeling a little bit more calm. And if I ever feel guilty about feeling well, even though all of this is happening in the world, I choose to release that guilt. If I ever feel guilty for looking after myself, I choose to release that guilt, because my inner being, my higher being, knows that the better I am and the more I love myself and the more I take care of myself, the more I can help other people. So I choose to feel safe. I choose to do all the things that I need to do to feel safe. And I know that I am not alone in this process. I know that there is a higher source that is connecting all of us. There is a higher source, a higher intelligence that is helping all of us in this process. So we really are never alone. Although sometimes we might feel that we're alone, in reality we are not. So I choose to connect with my faith in whatever it is, whether I believe in God or in angels or the universe or my higher being or whatever it is. I choose to lift my faith and my trust in this higher source to help me and help the world to overcome this situation. And I know this is a wonderful opportunity for me to grow, for me to stay at home and do things that maybe I couldn't do before. And maybe all of these things, I already knew them, but as I do the tapping, it's like I am really connecting with those emotions. I am helping my body to liberate all these negative emotions. And all the things that I say to myself while I do the tapping are much more effective because I'm doing this energy work, this simple, elegant, and very effective energy work that any person can do at any time to feel better instantly. So I choose to do a little bit of tapping every day, anytime I feel bad or I feel that I'm not protected or that something bad is happening to me. So I can connect with all the resources that I have inside of me, all these energies that are positive, that are good. I can connect with all of that and I can see more possibilities. It's like if I had a fog, like a foggy image, and as I'm doing the tapping, it's like everything is getting more clear and I can see more light. I can see like a brighter light and I can see hope. And little by little, as I release these fears, I can start feeling more hope, feeling more positivity, really thinking and feeling, especially feeling, that there is a solution, that we are going to find a solution in the same way that the history of humanity has found solutions for everything, really. Everything has been finished, all the previous pandemics are finished. So I choose to trust the doctors and scientists and healers and all the people who are working very hard to find a solution. And I send them my love and I send them my gratitude because gratitude is one of the best ways to raise my vibration. And I choose to feel grateful because I live under a roof. And I choose to feel grateful because I can eat every day. And because I have people who are very special for me, people who care for me, and I care for them. And I am alive, and I can understand, I can hear, I can do so many things. And I choose to appreciate all of that. And for me, each day is like a gift. Each day that goes by is like a gift from the universe. So I choose to transform the previous fear that I had, the fear that I had, and transform it into a more productive emotion, a more useful and loving emotion of trust, of really trusting the world, of really trusting the universe and the higher source, of really trusting that we have wonderful, wonderful people in the world and wonderful energies who are working really hard to overcome this situation. And the planet will also get good things from this, and we'll get our environment cleaner, and we'll get some new teachings. And I choose to focus on all the good things that this brings, apart from obviously all the bad things, but we can also focus on all the good things. And as I do this, I can also release excess of thoughts. Maybe sometimes I'm thinking too much. Maybe sometimes I'm thinking about the same thing over and over again. And I can just choose to relax my mind and just surrender to this new emotion of peace, of tranquility, of really trusting. Because the world needs our trust and needs our love. So I can imagine that from the top of my head, I have an energy coming down, an energy which can be white or gold or any color I want. And this energy is going to clean all my emotions, and it's going to clean all my cells. And if before I had fear, and maybe the fear was a darker color, now it's getting lighter and lighter. And my body is getting lighter and lighter. And if I had a problem in my body, a pain or whatever, this is getting healed too. And if I had low energy, this is getting healed too. And I allow myself to do this healing process because I'm doing it for me and I'm doing it for the world. And I know this is good and is wonderful for everyone. And I choose to trust in this process. And I choose to believe, really believe from within myself that I can get better and better each day that goes by. Okay, so now we're going to stop doing the tapping and we're going to do some deep breathings. Okay, so we can just stay with our eyes closed and we can take some air in and we breathe out. And as we breathe out, we can imagine and visualize that we are releasing physical tensions. We are releasing emotional tensions, worries, fears, everything that we had before. We are just letting it go, really cleaning our energy. And we can also imagine that every time we breathe in, we are just getting inundated with inner peace, really allowing this process. Okay, so we can open the eyes. As you can see, I do it in a very intuitive way. I don't use scripts or anything. I just connect with your energy and I say whatever I'm feeling, just connecting with you. The other day I did this for my Spanish audience, and now that I think of it, the words were quite different because maybe they needed something different. So what I would advise you to do is, because you will get the recording of this tapping, I will advise you to do a tapping with this recording. Ideally, if you could do it twice a day, like morning and evening. The best thing would be if you can do it when you wake up. If you are still in bed and you are half asleep, half awake, that's the best moment because your brain waves are like slower, kind of type, like a hypnotic, you know. So if you do it at that moment, it will have more effect. And the other time that you can do it just when you go to sleep and you are getting a bit asleep, and you do it at that moment, and it can also help you. But if you do it in the middle of the day, it can also help you to release these fears.